I make the bold assumption that if you are watching this video, you're interested in breath work, breath practice, breathing better so you can live better. And I want to explain to you the three fundamentals of solid functional breath practice. Often we miss all of these. We get caught in the beauty of the different designs, the numbers, the ways we can breathe, when we can do breath holds, accessing altered states of consciousness through breath. That's all really sexy stuff and it's all really cool, and yet it can distract us from understanding the fundamentals and what's important in a breath practice, so you can get a broad and a more beneficial outcome from your practice. So there are three aspects I'd like to talk about in this video. The first is biochemistry, the second is biomechanics, and the third is the mind-body connection. And we might attend to those in reverse. One of the amazing things about working with the breath is it has the ability to change your state, which could be your mood. It could be changing from an agitated fight or flight response, moving from that sympathetic part of the nervous system into what we call the parasympathetic nervous system. You might have heard that being referred to as rest and digest. There are all of these different ways that we can change what we're experiencing and what we're feeling simply through the breath. And it could be as easy as closing your eyes and focusing your attention on your breathing, and that can change state. Or you could alter the way you're breathing to affect your feelings, your emotions, or your mental state in some other way. This starts to point to the connection of the mind and the body. By changing your physiology through your breathing, you can change what's happening mentally. Now, likewise, your mental state can affect your physical state. The mind and the body are intrinsically connected and they can influence each other, and with the breath, we can influence both. So if we're having trouble psychologically or physiologically, breath can help in both circumstances. In talking about biomechanics, we talk about how the body moves. If we want to talk about muscular biomechanics and leverage, then we start looking at tendons and connective tissue, muscles. And of course, once we move our limbs, we can pick things up, we can throw things, we can do a whole lot of things. So that's biomechanics. When it comes to breathing, we're looking at, not surprisingly, the biomechanics of breathing. We can consider where the air goes in. Does it go in through the nose? Does it go in through the mouth? Is any of that breathing apparatus affected anyway? Is it impaired? For instance, by a deviated septum or a broken nose or anything like that, maybe some sinus congestion. And then we've got all the pipe work going into our lungs and branching out. So the lungs themselves are clearly part of the biomechanical structure and the movement of breathing. And then we have the rib cage and the muscles, we have the abdominal muscles, we have this beautiful muscle here called the diaphragm, which we use for nothing else other than breathing, really. Our shoulders, our structure, everything, our posture, it's all related to the biomechanics of breathing. In breath practice, if we have poor biomechanics, then our breathing is impaired. So if we can improve our posture, if we can improve the musculature, maybe needing to stretch to get better at breathing, to open up the rib cage to allow for breathing to happen in a more efficient, less constricted fashion, well, that would be a bonus, wouldn't it? So the biomechanics and the structures in and around the breathing apparatus are very, very important. And if we don't speak into that, if we don't consider that when we're looking at functional breath practice and just breathing day to day, then we miss a large chunk of what makes breathing functional and correct. The third part is biochemistry. Again, another area that doesn't get spoken about much. And really what we're talking about is the balance between oxygen and carbon dioxide in the system. And unfortunately, with most common understanding of breathing, we're interested in the oxygen coming in and we consider carbon dioxide as solely the waste product going out. But carbon dioxide is very important in the body. One of the most important things is transporting the oxygen from the blood into the tissues and the organs. If you don't have the appropriate amount of carbon dioxide in the body, no matter how much you breathe, there is no way to really transport that oxygen in and around the body where it needs to be in any efficient and effective manner. So yes, There is some waste in carbon dioxide that is blown off in breathing, but we still need carbon dioxide in the body. If we overbreathe, we breathe off carbon dioxide and we impair our ability to have functional, highly efficient and effective breathing. Likewise, if we breathe too much, we get too much oxygen in, but we don't need too much oxygen because we're always getting enough oxygen if we're breathing enough. So the rate at which we breathe and how we breathe will affect the biochemistry in our whole body. So there we have it, the three aspects of functional breathing: mind-body connection, biomechanics, and biochemistry. And if you can understand those three or learn more about it, your ability to breathe better and enjoy success, performance, and life, well, that just improves and becomes a whole lot easier. If you're interested in learning more about breathing and how better breathing results in a better life, better performance, then please like and subscribe to this video and this channel, and please share it with your friends if you think it's worthwhile. Thank you for watching.